Hello students, so we shall continue with the same chapter, Introduction to Psychology, and we are in the topic of fields of psychology. So there are 8 fields of psychology. We have completed 6 fields of psychology, that is general psychology, then which talks about the basic fundamental ideas of human principles of human behavior, and developmental psychology which talks about the growth of an individual from birth to death. Then social psychology which talks about the how an individual becomes the member of the society. And then we talked about the abnormal psychology, where there are people whose behavior is different from the normal people. Okay, and there are 3 things which we saw under that, that is psychoneurosis, psychosis, and physiological disorder. And then we came across the animal psychology, where the animals and the human beings are uh, experimented or tested to show the comparative study between animals and human beings. Then we saw clinical psychology, where we talked about the psychiatrist and how clinical psychologists help an individual when he's facing with some personal difficulties or abnormal behavior or mental retardation. So it helps an individual to come out of a situation. Okay, and then we are in the 7th field of psychology, that is educational psychology. Okay, so yeah, educational psychology applies psychological discoveries of teaching to the problems of classroom. The analysis of the process of learning and of attention have been of great assistance to teachers. So here, what is the main aim of educational psychology? Educational psychology applies psychological discoveries of teaching to the problems of classroom. So when you are teaching in a classroom, you will have many different problems that student will not be able to understand, or it will not be a proper environment, or you will be having different disturbances. So the educational psychology helps you to overcome the problems which come across in classroom teaching. Okay, so it will be a very good help, very good assistance to teachers in the field of learning. The psychologists have contributed by giving the general laws of learning, the methods to improve memory, and the knowledge of the cause of forgetting. So the psychologists have given you the idea of the laws of learning, how to learn, okay, and how to improve your memory, and how to and what is the cause of forgetting. So how to grasp the information, how to how to keep it, save it in memory, and what is the cause if you forget that particular information. Okay, so it involves the study of educational problems related to education, measurement of achievement, improvement of teaching techniques, exceptional children and achievers, student teacher relation, emotional, intelligent, and adjustmental problems of students. So this educational system, this educational psychology talks about the problems which we come across when we are in classroom. For example, it is educational problems related to education. So if you are not able to understand, if you are not able to remember, and why do you keep forgetting, so it is all educational problems. Okay, so then measurement of achievement, so what have you achieved by being educated, and many things like how improvement of teaching techniques. So now at we use different modes of education like projector or video classes, audio classes. So the improvement of teaching techniques, and the student teacher relationship, and emotional, intellectual, adjustmental problems, okay, of the students. So it basically talks about the problems you come across in the education system in the classroom. Okay, and its primary concern is educational guidance. So the main important aim of educational psychology is to guide the students, okay, to guide the students to go in a proper way, okay. Educational psychologists are concerned with classroom motivation, transfer of learning, remembering methods to make learning more effective and permanent. So what are the aims of educational psychologists? So they motivate you, the classroom motivation, they motivate you to learn, to remember things, and how to memorize, and how to make learning more effective and permanent. Other major fourth line, other major contributions are the introductions of rewards and punishments, feedbacks, reinforcement, verbal and non-verbal incentives. Okay, so here when you are educated or when you are learning, the rewards and punishments. So when you do good, the teachers or the educational psychologist have to reward you to do better, okay. And when you fail to do well, they have to encourage you, they have to, I mean, there will be punishments which you have to come across, and they will encourage you for with when you have failed, okay. And feedbacks when you have done some projects, and verbal and non-verbal incentives. Problems of child both inside and outside the classroom are solved by school psychologists and consult with teachers. So especially now at present, every school or every colleges have psychologist, okay, and counseling people, okay. So here when you have problems in a school, when you have problems in dealing with the classroom teaching or dealing with the studies or knowledge, you can consult school psychologist, and who will counsel you to the problems which you have. So the teachers on the pupil, some specialists are associated with teaching methods, educational devices and programmed instructions. Some others are concerned with the development of imagination, creative thinking and problem solving ability in students. Still other focus on remedial procedures to be used with retarded or emotionally disturbed people. So many different, the psychologist will be classified into many different things. Some people will be associated with teaching methods, how to improve your teaching methods, how to give the devices, okay. They use technology and they use devices and they use different teaching methods to educate people. And some psychologists will focus on the development of imagination. It is natural, they focus on the natural things like imagination, creative thinking, and how to develop an problem solving technique in yourself. And some other people will focus on the retarded and emotionally disturbed people, okay. So educational psychologists play different roles, and they help different kinds of people. Okay, so the next method is industrial psychology. It studies the behavior of men at work and the problems they face and how they can be solved. Okay, so this is the basic thing which you have to remember. As soon as it talks about the industrial psychology, you can think about the industry, think about the factory, organization. Okay, so where the industrial psychology studies the behavior of men at work. Men is not where it only considers about the men, boys, okay, but it also considers about both boys and girls, women and men, okay. So it studies the behavior of men at work and the problems they face and how they solve them, okay. The first application of psychology to problems, industries and organization was the use of intelligence and aptitude tests in selecting employees. So it is not just you, if you know the work, they will accept you as an employee. They will conduct an aptitude or intelligent test which is related to their factory or organization on you to select you, okay. This has enabled the organization to apply psychology to management and employee training, supervision of personnel, to improve communication with the organization, to counseling employees and prevent industrial strike, okay. So here the psychology as a field has helped industries to select employees by giving them tests, okay. So by conducting tests on them, it has made them easier to select employees who are very much intellectual, who have the very ability to able to understand the organizational aim and procedure, and to follow them. Okay, so they are also concerned with the group decision making, employee morale, work motivation, job stress, equipment design, productivity, election personal selection, and marketing strategies, accident prevention, and many other issues. Okay, so some psychologists have successfully solved problems connected with the working hours, rest, and productivity in industries. Variety of other problems include uh, absenteeism, industrial unrest, incentive system, um, programs, and human relations in industries. Psychologists have been a considerable help in the matter of recruitment, improvement, and working conditions, elimination of fatigue, monotony, advertising, and the general toning up of the morale of the workers. So you just need to know this. It is not very important, but what is industrial psychology? It talks about, or it studies the behavior of men at work, and it solves and the problems they face and how to solve the problems. Okay, so that's enough for industrial psychology, and it shows how to select people for the industry or for the organization. So psychology, by using the test, aptitude test or intelligent test, they select the employees, and it also focuses on the development, and it understands the workers personality, behavior, or condition. Okay, so it is basically for the employees benefit. Okay, so today, the realization that the employees are important than the machines has laid emphasis on human relations. Having in mind the human need and capacity, psychologists ensure maximum ease in operation of equipments by consulting designers. Industrial psychologists have organization this device description of what people are expected to do at their jobs. This is known as job analysis. So basically, psychology has helped industries and organization to understand what the workers is going through, to understand their problems and how can they fix the problems. Okay, and it also shows how the workers, okay, the workers, what the workers are expected to do at their jobs, which is known as job analysis. Okay, so psychology has helped the industrial industries and organization to understand the behavior and what situation condition the workers are in, and they have taught the workers what they have to do and what is their job. So yeah, this is it. So we shall stop today here.